Warning, what you're about to hear was intended to make you laugh a lot. If you listen to the show and feel inspired, then that's awesome. But if you're easily offended or just can't take a joke, you should turn this off right now. Otherwise, turn this shit up and hang on. Welcome to the Ghetto. Yo, welcome to The Get Up, a podcast about pursuing your passions and having a laugh while you're doing it. Don't forget to follow The Get Up on Instagram and Twitter at The Get Up Show. Follow, like, comment on Facebook at The Get Up Show Podcast. And you, as always, you can always just go to the site, thegetupshow.com. You can listen to The Get Up on all your favorite platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play Music, Stitcher Radio, and even now YouTube. Today with me, I'm joined by Mr. Regis Ray.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Regis
sir.
Ray of what is the official name?
So the official name is Ray's Mobile Wash.
Ray's Mobile Wash.
Yes.
All right. What is Ray's Mobile Wash?
Ray's Mobile Wash is a detailing service where we're allowed to come out and convenience our customers by detailing their car in their driveway or their home, their business, or wherever they want their car washed at. We're a fully mobile service that can provide that service for our clients.
Fully mobile. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We come with water and electricity, so all we need is that vehicle. That's it.
What? How? You have a generator or something?
Yep. So I got a generator that I keep on the truck. It's about a 5,000 watt amp, so I can pretty much power anything I need. And then I have a water tank, big old 330-gallon water tank.
Really?
So, yeah.
Now, what do you cruise around in? You get like a van, or do you got
cargo
a truck?
van? Yep.
You got all that in a cargo van?
In the cargo van. So I'm the dude that's driving around that everybody gets scared of because I'm driving a big old white cargo van.
All right.
Yep.
So how long have you been doing the car wash thing?
So I've been doing mobile detailing for it's going on about 3 years now.
Okay.
Yep, about 3 years.
And what got you into that?
So this goes back a long...
To your childhood? You just like cleaning cars?
Yeah, this goes back to my childhood. So my grandmother, she's a big fan of Cadillacs. And she always wanted to make sure her car was clean every week. So before my older cousin Perry, he was the one that used to wash her car. So when he used to wash, I used to go out there and, I just kind of shadow him and watch him wash. And then I developed washing the cars. So I just like washing cars. It gives me a space to think.
All right.
So I always had a passion for washing cars. Ever since I saw him washing cars, I just grew that passion.
I figured it might have been something like your grandma was like, go clean the change out of my car, and if you do, you can keep it, sort of thing. Do that to my kids. I'm like, go clean my car. Definitely took that option. Keep whatever change you find.
Yeah, I would have definitely took that option. No, grandma kept all the cheese. No.
All right.
Definitely.
So when did you think that it was a viable company to start to pursue?
Man.
And how did you start? Because you obviously just didn't have a cargo van.
No. I started outside of my house. I had people pull up and then I would wash their car. They'll always compliment me on my car. Say, well, who washed your car? I said, I did. It was like, well, why don't you start washing other people's cars? You like doing it so much. And I was like, well, it's a million car washes. What's something that I can do that's different? Everybody has a car wash or everybody wash cars, but what can I do that's a little outside the box?
I even knew it was called Shimmerman, which was a detailing place. One of my leases, my kid spilled something in the back seat, and we took it there to have him clean the seats out. But but that was you have to go there. They used to throw huge parties. I used to DJ. And we had bands and car wash. They'd bring in the fire truck so we could wash them and stuff, huge things. But they were a location.
Right. Yep. So I wanted to do something a little different. So I was actually talking to my barber Theo about it. He was like, well, in our world, convenience is the key. You offer a convenience or something that makes a person's life easier, they'll pay more money for it. So I was like, well, what if I did mobile detailing?
Okay.
And then he was like, mobile, like what? Like you go to people and wash their cars at their house? I was like, yeah. He was like, so what you gonna use? Their water and electricity? I was like, starting off,
this guy's a G.
He kind of like
I wouldn't have thought of that right off the bat. I gotta bring my own water.
But see, that's why I like having conversations with him about stuff like that, because he's kind of open minded and he kind of thinks outside of the box. So anytime I have a business idea, I kind of run it by him, because he'll kind of expand my my thought process about something. So came up with the mobile detailing, and Yeah, it's been good ever since.
So what was the first setup? What was it? Like you just
The
show up
first
in your
setup-
car, like with
the
pull
first setup,
a bucket
they would-
out of the back.
The first setup, they would pull up to my house. I have my little pressure washer outside, and even back then, I was doing the old bucket and soap
Right.
wash because I do the foam washes now. But I was doing the old school.
How much pressure is too much pressure? I'm always afraid of my power washer because I have a pressure
Mine is
washer too.
3,000 psi.
And I'm afraid I'm gonna just like start chipping away paint. Like I was
I
power
think-
washing my boat, and I was like standing farther back.
As long as
'cause
you
I
don't
was
have
scared. Look! I power washed a deck, and I put grooves in that bitch, so I know.
Yeah,
like the
you gotta
wood,
be
like
careful.
literally, you could see. I mean, it looked like
Yeah.
brand new wood. Like it was all like old and gray colored, and it turned
What kind
like
of pressure
nice and
wash
red.
is it? It's got to be a commercial if it's doing
Well,
all that.
that was a gas one. Now I have an electric one now, so I'm not as scared. But the gas one,
See, I have a gas one. I use a
yeah.
gas one.
Yeah,
It's
I'd be scared of
3,000.
that. Yeah, 'cause
It doesn't do it.
it changes the color of my cement out there. Are you kidding me? Just take off my paint of my car. I'm never using my pressure washer.
Now,
on my
I
car.
can say I have before. And I'm not going to reveal which client it was because I didn't say nothing to him when I did it. But that's why I ask people when I detail their car, do they have any chips where they paint it's like
'Cause
peeling?
it'll eat that
because
shit
it'll
away, right?
eat it and it'll take it right off. And I did it before. I was like, oop. And I just kind of kept going, and then I just said, "Hey, here's your car. Have a great day." But it wasn't noticeable. I would never cheat nobody out. I ended up telling them anyway. So
Yeah. All right.
yeah, they saw it. They was like, "Oh yeah, that was just the pressure washer. No biggie." I was like, "Okay, cool," because I really didn't want to take a claim out the day.
Yeah. Right. No. All right. So you would show up to people's house. Well, first they would show up to your house.
Yep,
You
they
had
show
the
to my
the
house.
Power washer.
I power wash it, vacuum it out. I really started small scale. I would just do basic washes and just vacuum it out. And then, as time grew on, I know I needed to do shampooing and do more detail work. So there's a difference between a car wash and a detail. A car wash is just making your car look nice.
Yeah.
A detail is like getting all the fine things that people really don't notice. And I believe, like, even now, today, I do a lot of cleaning of things that people won't even realize what I'm cleaning. Like, I do under the seats where you won't see. Maybe you have a smell that's coming from your car. I know where to find it, usually. So, yeah, detailing is an art. It is.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Nobody can just jump up one morning and say, "Oh, I want to be a detailer." Like, you really got to know. You got to know your stuff. You got to know your shit.
My ex-wife, I wouldn't call it detailed, but she did use like some cotton swabs to like clean some areas, some Q-tips and stuff, and then the car broke down like right after that.
Oh,
So
wow.
I figured like that was she cleaned the shit that was holding it together.
Yeah, that's bad. Yeah.
It was real bad.
Yeah,
And then
that's bad.
look, so check this out. So she does that. She cleans this car. And she's driving. She's like, "Yeah, I just got done cleaning the car at my mom's house. I'm on my way home." And then she calls me. And she's like, "Something's wrong. The car is smoking. I pulled over in the subdivision, right?" So I get in her car, and I come get her, and the head gasket blew. So like the car was pretty much dead, and she parked.
That's a great moment.
Yeah, great moment when the big dog. Normally she's down here, and she'll just lay on the cushion. Holy crap! This is gonna.
Might want to call her down.
Yeah, with the gates there.
Oh.
We'll see if she barks again. Then I'll get her to come down. Someone's walking around. I ground out my family to the back room because it's a cement slab. You can't hear it. So
Oh, wow.
but we have one car broken down in front of this guy's house. Pull up with my ex-wife's car. I get out. She's like, "Well, I'm gonna go back to my mom's house while you try to figure out what's wrong with this." So she leaves. Like 5 minutes later, she comes back, and I'm like, "I thought you were going to your mom's." She's like, "Something's wrong with this car," and she pulls right behind my car that's already broke down. One of the passenger side front wheel, like 3 lug nut posts had snapped off, and the wheel was like about to fall. Yes,
She doesn't have good luck with cars. No.
So that one's stuck there. Like I can't put a spare on because it's missing 3 lug nut
nuts,
posts.
yeah.
Like it's just they snapped them right off. So I have 2 cars broke down in front of this guy's house. So and we had left my car. I think had been in front of this guy's house for like a day and a half or something. And me and my uncle go to the car now. We start trying to fix it. We have to drive out the old posts and put in new ones, and you have to like put the lug nut on and tighten it down so it pulls it in. All this nonsense because we're doing this in the street in front of this guy's house, and he comes out and he's like, "Oh, having bad luck with your car?" I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "I'll have it out of here today." And he's like, "Oh, don't worry, that car's been sitting there for like a few days." And I was like, "Yeah, that one's mine too."
Wow.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It was bad.
Right. You said, "Oh, that one been sitting there like, oh yeah, that's mine too." Yeah.
So at what point did you move away from the come to my house? At what point did you truly become mobile?
Actually, last year was my first year actually becoming 100% mobile because I was actually doing mobile detailing out the back of my Chrysler 200.
Okay.
And people always ask like, "How were you doing mobile detailing out of a 200?" Like literally, I would pack up my pressure washer, all my supplies, and put it in the trunk of the car. Put my vacuum cleaner in the back seat, and I would go to people's houses and I would actually detail their car. I would need their water and their electricity, but I was 50%, mobile.
Okay.
Once I purchased my cargo van last year, I believe it was 2 years ago. I was still doing it on my 200. These years fly by so fast, man. I'll be losing track. So 2 years ago, I purchased my cargo van. And then I started moving everything into the cargo van. Then I eventually bought a water tank and a generator. Then I was like, okay, good. I'm fully 100% mobile. Now the price got to go up. Yep. Now the price got to go up.
Cost of doing business, right?
Yes.
Now the cost got to go up.
It has to go up.
So when people come to your house, you ever get like old ladies that come to like, just because they're like, "Oh, Regis, come clean my car"?
No old ladies. See,
what you can't see is there's another person here.
Yeah.
But she doesn't want to be on mic, but she is listening, and she's over there laughing and making comments.
So yeah, I mean, it's not old ladies, but most of my clients are women. Most of my clients are women, but it's kind of tailored to women because most men, they'll just wash their car themselves, or they'll keep it clean enough to the point where they don't need a major detail. Like women just throw, not to down them, but they kind of just throw their stuff everywhere in their car. They spill stuff. They just wipe it.
Not here at this house.
Yeah,
my car is the one that needs to be detailed. Hers is she details every day.
Wow. So yeah. So most of my
She gets mad. You can't eat my car. No eating in my car.
See, I don't play that. Yeah, I don't let
no eating in my car.
When I pick up my kids from daycare, if they got a snack in their hand, we sit outside. We sit outside and eat it. We don't get in the car.
Kids are the worst. Holy crap! You remove the booster seat. You move the booster seat, and there's you don't know what you're gonna find under there. It's bad.
And when I get to a client's car and that's they got a booster seat, I'm like, they're like, "How much is it gonna be?" I said, "Let's get this booster seat out first, and then we'll find out how much it's gonna cost. We'll see."
You'll find someone
Maybe
today.
spilled
Like,
milk,
they haven't made that in like 5 years. Where did that come from?
People asked me to clean the booster seats before. I was like, I detailed the car.
Not your plastic booster seat you can pull out though.
Yeah.
Detail my booster seat.
Yes. I get crazy requests sometimes. Yes. Yeah.
So all right, what's the craziest? What's the craziest car you ever had to go detail? Which one did you ever walk into one where you were just like, oh, fuck?
So yeah, I do have one. So I cleaned out this Chevy Malibu. I'll never forget it. So.
I'll never forget.
So this
is burned in your memory, huh?
This is the thing about it. When people say my car is not that bad, that's when you need to be worried. Those are the ones that say when people say my car is bad. When I get there, it's usually easy. I'm like, oh, this is easy. This is easy money. Let's go ahead and get this cleaned out. But when somebody says it's not that bad, I get very nervous. So when I got there,
that's like when someone says, to a long story short. Because then it just ends up being for forever. Right.
But I got to this Malibu. I gave her a price we was texting. I told her it'd be like $55, to do the inside and out. I'm just to do the inside. She said she wanted her carpet shampooed. She wanted her seats vacuumed, everything else vacuumed and wiped down. So when I got there, I opened the door and I saw all the stains, and the seat was a color it wasn't even supposed to be. She was walking back in the house.
They never made that color?
It wasn't even in the right color. She was walking back to the house. I was like, hey. I was like, hey, I got to stop you before I even start. I said, wow. I know I told you 50.
Oh, you switched it on the fly.
But now that I see this car, it's going to be another price.
The over the phone is the quote,
that's like
right?
a quote.
It's the quote,
but
right?
It's not a guarantee. It's not a locked in rate. It's not locked in at all. I'm giving you an estimate about what I think it may cost, but usually I know how much it's going to cost before I start.
Do you ever come across stuff you just cannot get out? Like it's
I have before, but that's usually when I'm dealing with like engine oil. I've actually detailed a car where somebody put a engine in their back seat. And all the engine oil.
I can believe it.
Yeah, I couldn't understand it. They put their whole engine in their back seat.
People do weird things.
And they thought I can get out all the grease and all the stains. I got a lot of it out, but some things you can't get out.
Right?
Yeah, and it depends on how long the stain was sitting in the seat and how long it was saturated in the seat. So it's a lot of moving factors.
As someone that enjoys and has a side hustle of cleaning cars.
Yes.
What's the one thing you see that just drives you nuts the most?
Wow, that's a great question.
Like, what's the one thing you're just like, damn?
I would say when the cup holder is like filled with gump and like just some type of sticky substance. I don't even know what it is. But it's like
it's these fast food places.
Okay, I had somebody that had shea butter, dried up shea butter in the cup holder. I had to get a screwdriver
and like scrape it out.
And scrape it out. I hate that. Like, how do you let shea butter just sit and harden up in your cup holder? I hate cup holders. I hate cleaning cup holders.
Cup holders are bad. It's funny on the boat. My dad, we went out this morning. The cup holders, where they're located, it's like windshield cup holder.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
You can't get anything in there.
Wow, that's a bad design. That's a design fail.
But her grandpa mounted other cup holders.
Yeah.
So it's like, it works out, but it's like, what are you going to put in there? You can't get a can
little small little cup. Yeah.
Yeah,
but cup holders, I hate cleaning them. Sometimes when I steam it, if it's something in there and I'm not really paying attention, I'm rushing, I'm just trying to get it done. If I steam it, whatever's in that cup holder, that steam shoots it back out and it gets on my face.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That's why I got to shower every time I'm done detailing.
Yeah.
As soon as I'm done, I got to shower.
So.
Yeah.
That's horrible. I would have never thought about that. The back.
And then steaming seats. If a person doesn't have great hygiene, steam releases odor. I'm just leave it like that. Let's just leave it alone.
Have you ever turned down a car? Have you ever got there and just been like, oh, hell no?
No, never turned down a car.
All right.
No, never. I don't think I ever will have to, unless it's just something really ridiculous. Like if you got all your clothes and stuff that's in the car and it's like basically blocking me from cleaning the car, I'll tell them like, look, I'm going to charge you an additional fee for me to clean the car out and then clean the car, or adios.
So when people are scheduling this and you show up, have they already like removed their personal belongings? Are you getting these cars like just all the shit's in it?
Well, when I schedule an appointment, usually if we're on the phone, I tell them before I get there, like, make sure you had a car cleaned out. I'm not a janitor. I clean the car, not clean it out. But if you leave anything in there and I got to clean it out, it's going to be an extra, $25 just for me just to clean anything that you might have in the car out. Yeah. Right. But most of the time, everybody has it clear, nice and clear, because it makes it better for my before and after picture, so I can actually get the picture of the car instead of all your clothes on top. And then, it makes it better. So they usually have it cleaned out.
I had the car that go ahead.
Or you get the people that as soon as you pull in the driveway, let me just clean the shit out the car real quick. I
the last
give me
minute
about 2 minutes. I can do it right now. I'm like, I'm on the schedule. Like, I need you to have this ready for me right now. Yeah.
So how many do you do this primarily on the weekend right now?
Yeah, primarily on the weekend and probably after work. I could probably do one car. As the days get longer, I could probably do two, maybe, after work, but one after work and then mostly on the weekend.
Weekend stay pretty busy?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yesterday I did 4 cars and I didn't have nobody with me, so that's pretty busy for me.
How long does it normally take you to do a car?
Depending on the size and the condition. It can range. It can range anywhere from an hour to 3 hours. Usually the quickest I can get done with a car is 45 minutes if I'm just doing the outside.
And then when you're
but if I'm doing a full detail, it's anywhere from 2 to 3 hours.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yep.
Wow.
Now, when I have a team.
Now, what do you consider a team? You and one other person, or
me and one other person? I think to be successful, 2 people is more than enough. If you get more than 2 people, it's just too many people in the way. Yeah. So 2 people, a two-man team. It cuts the time in half almost. Okay. So anything that takes me 3 hours to do, it takes me an hour and a half. It also cuts
the profits in half. Well, maybe not in half, but
not in half. But it takes a nice chunk out.
Yeah,
because you got to pay them good because you're working in extreme conditions. You're working outside. It could be cold. It could be hot. So, yeah.
You ever get someone that's like in the winter calling you to do this? Like,
actually,
come to my house. And
so last winter,
they don't have a garage or something. You're out in the cold.
Last winter, I actually detailed in the wintertime. I raised my prices to accommodate because it's so cold outside. But yeah, I'd actually detail in the wintertime. It's not that bad. Because once you're out there and you're moving, you warm up, so it's not that bad. And I think that's the reason why I didn't get sick this winter either.
Okay.
Because I was outside in that element, dealing with water and all that. So I think it kept me healthy.
Kept you healthy?
Yeah. Yep.
What's the future? Like, where do you see it going? What's the next move?
So the next move, I really want to get a building, because a lot of times, people are not comfortable with somebody coming to their home.
I was gonna say, like, how does that go down?
A lot of people,
you ever have any issues?
So most of the time, when people like really don't want me to come to their home, they'll wait till they're doing something or going somewhere where they're gonna be for a long period of time, and then they have me come do it there, like hair shops, barber shops, stuff like that.
Okay.
So I do want to get a location, because a lot of people ask me, even though my name is Ray's Mobile Wash, they ask where my location is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking to get a building.
Do you come back with something like witty, like wherever you are?
Yeah, I always say we're mobile, so we come to you, and it blows their mind. Oh, you're mobile, okay, but I don't really want you to know where I live. It's like, I really don't know you. I'm not gonna remember where you live. All I'm gonna do is come to your house one time, detail your car, and I'm gone. I'm not.
We're not becoming best friends. We're not having a
I'm not gonna
cookout.
stalk you. I'm not gonna ride by. Hey, how's your car doing? I'm not gonna do none of that. I'm not
looking dirty. Might need another clean.
Right. I'm not gonna do none of that. But yeah, I do want to get a location, because that's like, to me, that's constant flow of income.
Right.
Having an actual car wash, where I really wanted to be a. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I actually wanted to be
this
like.
This is gonna be a funny one for people to listen to. Like,
I wanted to be a detail shop. I don't want it to be a car wash like the normal ones you go to. I wanted to be a detail shop where people actually can come and learn.
Do you find yourself car washing more than detailing, or
no? I detail way more.
Way more.
More people are more concerned about the inside than the outside.
Is that just because it's easy to do the $3 car wash that you drive through?
Yep, because that's most of the time when people just want the inside done. I always try to push, like, I can do the outside for just $15 more. Yeah. I was like, well, I just take it to the $3 car wash. So I think what I have to start doing is I have to start, like on my social media, I have to start showing why those automatic car washes are actually bad for your car.
I can
and actually
believe
exposing, because they put swirls, scratches. It tears your car up. Like, I can't go to a car wash at all. You would never catch me.
Would you do a spray one the self?
Nope.
Nope.
I put a picture on my Instagram about a dude. He was at I put a couple up, a funny one. And one dude couldn't handle the pressure washing. He was
come
it all over
on.
everywhere.
Come on. It's not that crazy.
No, I have to show you. See, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all not going to be able to see this, but
it's not that crazy.
It's crazy. I'm telling you. This dude lost all control of the pressure washer.
If you got you got an iPhone probably, don't you?
Yeah, I got an iPhone.
Yeah, with no headphone jack.
Nope.
Yeah, you suck.
Look at this.
I got a headphone cord. Come on, that's so fake.
It's not. He was really losing control of the pressure washer.
Dude, he fell. Like, that's pretty convincing acting.
But no, but like
I have never encountered a pressure washer at a car wash that I could not handle.
Yeah, those are not really that. Those are probably usually like 1,500 psi.
Yeah,
it's not that strong, but
safe for your car.
I mean, you can go to the spray ones, but take your own bucket and washcloth. don't use that brush, please. No.
Oh yeah, that
brush is just
horrible.
Putting nothing but pebbles or rocks all on your car, and you're scratching it up.
You ever get accused of jacking someone's car up besides the one paint job that you...
Nope. That's the only time I had to tell somebody that, hey, I know your car was like this before and it's like this now. But
good news, it's really clean.
Yes, it's really clean. But nope,
I've
never had nobody call me or complain or say something was different about their car. Usually I hold it to, I hold myself to a standard.
All right.
Make sure everybody's car come out the same.
How much advertising do you do?
Not a lot, shockingly. No. I don't. I let my work speak for itself. I try to, because word of mouth to me, is the best advertisement. And then a lot of people do share my post and repost my work, so that does a lot. I do get a lot of business off of Facebook and word of mouth, really. Because when I always ask somebody when I get to them, how did you hear about us? And they was like, oh, so and so told me about you, and you did their car, and that. So really, word of mouth is really where it's at. As long as you do good work, it's gonna speak for itself.
What area do you normally service? Like, is it probably
it's
southeastern Michigan?
I would just say Metro Detroit, anywhere
like
25 miles outside of Detroit. That's the furthest I'll probably go. But I'll probably go further. I'll just have to charge some mileage. Right. That's all. Yeah, I'm pretty much open to anywhere. Somebody did try to get me to go to Chicago, but that was a little too steep.
What?
Yeah, that was too steep.
I mean,
I mean,
kudos to how good of your work you're doing if someone wants you to come to Chicago.
I told him, I was like, I'll come, but it's gonna cost. Like,
that was a lonely lady, huh?
Yeah, you might as well go somebody that's local. It's gonna cost you.
Regis to come all the way from Chicago or from Detroit.
I love Chicago, so I always
me too.
go to Chicago.
Me too. I lived in Chicago for like 6 months.
And you came back?
I went to film school there. And
you came back?
Yeah, I couldn't find a job, man.
Oh my god,
it was crazy.
Wow.
Look, when I went to Chicago, I was waiting tables here, so I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to Chicago. I'm gonna get a job waiting tables, make some money, no problem, right?" Mm-hmm. No, you have to be any restaurant that serves alcohol in Chicago. You have to be 21 to wait tables. To serve.
Wow, this is 18 here.
Yeah, and I was like 18 or 19, so I wasn't able to get that job. Like,
wow.
So my bigger plan, like, just didn't work. I had little odds and end jobs, but it was so expensive to live there. Like, my apartment was like the size of this like area that we're in right here. Mm-hmm. It was like $900 a month, and my roommate ended up bailing. She lived in Illinois, so she was able to just commute to school. Mm-hmm. So she just moved back home. Was like,
wow,
I'm gonna go get my old job back and I'll just commute.
Wow.
So she did that, and then I had a guy was supposed to move in, and he just screwed me. Like, he threw a party. We decided, like, he was dicking around constantly, not trying to find a job and stuff.
Wow.
And then I was like, look, I'm going back home for Thanksgiving break. I'm working for the whole week or whatever. So I'm coming back, and then I'm out. I have to let the landlord know, because you're not paying anything.
Right.
I'm struggling to keep this thing going.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll clean it all up. I'm gonna have a couple people over or something, but I'll make sure the whole apartment's all clean because I took all my shit when I came back for that break. All right, cool. And then I get a call from my landlord, like on the 3rd or something, like, hey, your apartment's trash. Are you gonna ever come clean this up? You owe us another month's rent now. So then that whole check that I had just worked for, I signed it right over. Like, literally, I signed my name. Was like, here's my whole paycheck.
Wow,
that's all I got. And then I had to go back to the apartment and clean it all up. He left his bed there. Like,
oh my goodness.
Dude, the pantry was like, I don't know, 2 to 3 feet high, just of garbage and garbage bags and stuff. All the floors were sticky. Like, they just poured alcohol all over the place. It felt like the whole place was just like sticky. Yeah, I spent like like a whole day there just cleaning it all up.
Oh, I know you were mad. Oh
yeah,
my goodness,
I was furious.
Pissed.
I was furious.
Goodness.
Well, the worst part was, like, besides that kind of nonsense, was that I was getting my foot in the door. Like, I was really getting to know people. I was working on a few different projects. And then I had to come back because I just couldn't afford it.
Yeah, Chicago is very expensive. Yeah, especially what's the downtown tax? Like 9% almost. Anytime you spend money downtown, I think their tax is higher.
I can't remember. I know that they don't do bottle returns, so when you see homeless people going through the garbage, it's not because they're looking for returns.
They're looking for food.
They're looking for food. Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Yeah.
When I was there, man, the winter was bad. Like, they were like picking dead people off the streets because the homeless were dying. It was so cold.
Yeah, that's Windy City for you. Yeah, it's cold down there. Yep.
But man, I love that city.
I love it too.
The energy, there's just like the energy that I feel there. Like, it was nice because I went there in 2002. So, like, Detroit then to Chicago was like, there's like parks that everyone can just go to in the middle of downtown. Like, that's awesome.
Literally apples and oranges.
Like, it was crazy. It was really clean, and you could go for so far where it was fine. You just kind of stay out of the west side and stay out of the south side.
Yeah, the south side. Yes.
So it was a really cool experience, and I was happy to live there. But, and part of me wishes I could go back. See, I'm like a mix. I'm like the country boy. Like, I can go live out in the wilderness and get away from everybody, but then I can also just find myself just as happy in the city.
I want to move there, but I just got to do some convincing. To another party, so I can move there. But it's been a long...
What's the hang up?
I don't know. I don't know what the hang up is. I wonder. All right.
It's still gonna be as cold. If you want to move from Detroit, it should be somewhere hot, nice.
I don't know. See, look,
I like all seasons, though.
You get out of, like... See, I would be okay with Chicago because Chicago doesn't have anything that can kill you either. Like, besides shootings.
Right.
But, like, Michigan is relatively safe. Megan originally wanted to go down south or something. I was like, okay, cool. Like, Black Widows, poisonous snakes.
Yeah.
It's like, man, you start going south of Ohio, shit starts getting deadly.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
You go too far north, shit starts getting deadly.
I just saw a video in
I'm pretty
Florida. They
comfortable
had an alligator just walking on ocean. I'm like, yeah, I'm straight on that.
My aunt lived right by the ocean in
straight
Florida,
on that.
and they had like a pool house around their pool because alligators would come in your pool. Oh yeah,
I'm straight on all that.
yeah.
What is the procedure when you wake up in the morning and there's an alligator swimming in your pool in the backyard?
Did you hear about the cops that mistook a giant alligator for I think it was a dead body, or they thought it was a drunk person rolling around on the ground, and the cops were like, "Oh, hey, freeze!" and it ended up being an alligator.
Yeah, I'm straight. I'm not confusing a human with an alligator. Yeah, nah. What human got a tail?
Right?
What is the procedure? No, I'm bad on that.
But yeah, no, Chicago's fun. I had a good time. I rode my skateboard
We
everywhere.
go at least twice. We go at least twice a year, at least
Damn.
2 to 3 times a year. Yeah, we went 3 times last year for my birthday.
Damn.
We went for my grandmother's birthday, and then and
Last
Valentine's.
last
Day.
time
Yep.
I went there, so I went to school, like I said, like end of 2002. Last time I went was like 4 years ago, 3 years ago for my cousin's wedding.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And that was the first time I'd been back since I left.
Wow.
Yeah, it was cool. It was
You
cool.
like to drive? Do you drive there?
Yeah.
See, I let her
I
drive.
always drive it, yeah.
Yep. I let
Now,
her
do you
drive.
take 94 all the way, or do you take the Skyway and go along the lake? Take the toll road.
I take the toll road.
Yeah.
Yep. I take 94 all
cut
the way to
out
the
a lot of
toll
time.
road because you can stay on what is it 80 I think, and you can go around the toll
Well,
road.
if you take 94 goes out farther west, and then it goes north, and then it goes right through Chicago.
Right.
But
right.
you take the Skyway, the toll road,
Yep.
right along the lake, and
Yep,
then
so
you
you can get that
skip all
picture.
that. You go past. Man, this one
I
time.
gotta tell her every time we take this, she'll never have her phone up ready to take the picture of the sky. Yeah, I'm like, it's right here. She was like, oh my bad. I be driving.
Let
I
me
can't
hurry
take
up and
pictures.
get my camera out. Oh. This is a long drive through. The last time I went was for my cousin's wedding, and we took my grandma. My grandma's got that like classic like smoker's voice, you know. Like it's funny. She's got all these dogs, and she yells at them, "Shut up!" You know, it's funny, and everyone knows my grandma's voice. But she's always like, she thought we were gonna be late. Right to the wedding. She's like, "Oh my God, we're gonna be late. Yeah, you're going too slow. The traffic. Oh, we're gonna be late. Jesus, we should have left sooner. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna have no time to get ready. Ah, you know." And I'm like, "Grandma, relax. We're gonna get there, and time is gonna go backwards an hour.
Right.
We're going back in time for an
Right.
hour. You're
Legit.
gonna have more time than you think. We're gonna get there. It's gonna be straight." So then, like, the exit that the GPS was saying to take was closed down because of construction. So then it was like, oh, we had to go somewhere else. Oh my God! Now we're gonna. So that was what I endured.
I know how it is
Chicago.
driving on the road with your grandmother. I already have too many stories, man.
Oh, but she's crazy. So we put I played Daniel Tosh stand up. So because she's like that, like that's her kind of humor. You know,
yep.
we played. We went down south. And we get a houseboat on this lake every few years. And you ever played Cards Against Humanity?
yes.
Okay,
Awesome game.
Yeah, it's awesome,
Yeah,
but it's kind of bad, right?
Yeah, it's like the
So we're playing that with my grandma, my uncle, my aunt, her husband, and her 2 daughters. One of which was 16 or 17 at the time, and then my uncle's girlfriend, and then like me. My kids, we put them to bed, you know. But we're
Yeah, that's
playing this
definitely
game,
an adult
and
game.
it's getting nuts. And my uncle is just like, I can't do this. I can't play this game with my 16-year-old niece. I can't do that with. And my grandma's like, "Oh, shut up, Scott, you sissy!" And he gets up and starts walking away. She's like, "Get back here, you wimp!" And I'm like, oh yeah, it was hilarious. Maybe she might have been using some other words, but it was it was hilarious, man. So he was like, I'm not playing this game. I'm not playing this game.
It's
with her.
definitely an adult game. Like it's an adult game. That game is off the chain.
So yeah, so long ass road trips with people can be pretty interesting.
Oh, for sure. So this is crazy. So we drive to Maryland a lot. And I took my
What's in
grandmother.
Maryland?
My family, dad's side of the family. So we always go to Maryland. And then also, oddly, my grandmother is still close to my mother's ex-husband. So she actually goes there and stays. It's weird.
Yeah, families get weird, man.
That's them. It's so weird because that's not my dad. So it's so weird. Like when they be around each other, it's just I be embarrassed just being in the environment. So she often goes out there and she visits him. She stays with him and all that. He's still cool. He's cool dude and all. But the road trip, it's the worst. So my grandmother has a thing. She doesn't get hungry. It's just time to eat. It's not that she's hungry.
It's just this is her scheduled time
to eat. So I always tell her when we get in this car, like, look, me, man, we got a 9-hour drive coming through. Yes, we got a 9-hour drive coming through. You get 3 stops. That's it. And one of the stops is gonna be for gas. You get 3 stops. I'm not stopping for nothing else. I need to get there. I don't like to be on the road too long. We need to get there. So we driving. All right, can I get my first stop? I said, yep, for sure. Let's get your first stop. Go ahead. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and top the gas off while we stop. So I stopped. An hour later, okay, can I get my second stop? I said, we just stopped an hour ago. She said, well, it's time to eat. I said, are you hungry? No, but it's time to eat. Like, what does that mean? It's time to eat. Now, Regis, don't make me say it again. I said, okay, 30 miles. We're going to fall off. It's another one coming up in 30 miles. We good. So, yeah, she on the road. Oh.
My son, man,
I hate stopping. I like just going straight through and getting there.
You know, I'm like minimal stops too. My son though, like you can't give him anything to drink because if he drinks it, he will down it like that, and then it goes right through him. He's like, I gotta use the bathroom. I gotta pee.
Yep.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
I try to do. See, I could do if I'm driving 10 hours or less. I can really live with one stop, and that's just for one gas. Give anything that you need to snack on and eat. And plan for later, so get you something to snack future on the road trip and go through. Because I drove to St. Louis back when I was 18. That was a 12-hour drive. I stopped 2 times. And both was for gas.
Look, I stock up with multiple drinks.
Yep.
Look, I bring 2 drinks just to go to Great Lakes. Like,
oh yeah, like,
I'll stop and get gas, and I'll come out with a couple of drinks, and my girl's like, "What are you?" It's like, yo, I get thirsty. Like,
right. I see me. I came from
right.
I always gotta have a drink with me or something. Yeah. So I always plan out. I don't like stopping on the road. I just like going through. Just hurry up and getting there. Not that I be rushing. It's just. What's the point of playing around with it, you know? Just get there. Get there.
Where's the craziest place you ever drove to?
I would say St. Louis, because that was my first time driving there. And that's back when we didn't really have smartphones like that. So, remember we used to print out the directions?
On MapQuest?
Oh, my God. Look, I don't understand how we made it.
You know what's crazy is that our kids will never know that.
Never understand that.
Never.
You had to literally
never understand that the phone used to be on your wall. Never understand any of that.
You had to print out a paper to teach you each turn by turn. And I still can't handle the regular GPS on my phone because sometimes I miss that turn.
In 100 yards, turn left.
Right, and I still go. Like, I was supposed to turn. Damn. Well, yeah, I had to print it out.
Oh, yeah, MapQuest was huge. I think GPS killed MapQuest.
Yep.
Because that was the place that you went. Google Maps now, too, but...
That's what and that's kind of like just being business minded. You got to always try to outdo yourself because something is going to come up that's going to outdo you, and you either keep up with it or you get lost.
Well, you remember TomTom?
Yep, the GPS.
TomTom, they quit making physical units. Now they just do the in-car ones.
In cars, yeah.
My truck doesn't have GPS. You use Google Car or some nonsense.
You got CarPlay? Yeah.
And then it just uses your Google Maps.
Phone. Yep, that's what my truck do too.
I was like, man, they are just finding ways to get around it all. Like, it comes with a GPS if you got a phone.
Yep, you got to stay on top of your game. That's crazy because this popcorn society we live in, everybody wants everything right now. So all these businesses are tailoring all their products to it. So
it is crazy.
Yeah.
The craziest place, we just drove to Canada when I went bear hunting, but...
you went bear hunting?
Yeah, I got a bear in the freezer.
What? Okay, I look. Because while I look at the freezer, like, wait a minute, I hope no bear pop out on this because I'm gone. Hey, I looked right at the freezer like.
I did.
Because if he takes all the racks out, it's tall enough for a bear to fit in there. And if he jump out on me, I'm gone.
Oh my god! Oh my god! No, I went to Canada last year. Oh my god!
No, I look at that refrigerator so hard.
Oh Lord, that was great. Oh my god!
Let me take a drink.
That was funny. That was funny.
Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking scary.
And you like literally standing. Of course he's dead, but still.
Oh, the poor bear.
She's an animal lover. You can't show
Me
stuff
too.
like
I
that.
love
No,
animals.
she doesn't think they should be hunted or anything.
No.
Oh yeah.
But if one is in her house, she'll probably want it dead.
Regis, kill it.
Exactly.
Just move it out the way.
She's like, oh, that poor raccoon. Get that. Or bats or something.
Right. So passionate
Yeah,
until it's in
change
your
real quick.
Yeah, it changes real quick.
Real quick till it's in your house.
Yep.
No, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Like deer hunting. Your heart will start racing because you're like, oh shit, there's a deer.
Yeah, you gotta be
I
quiet and
don't
everything.
want to scare it, right? Like so then like that'll be like.
I want to go hunting.
But the bear, it was that. Plus, oh shit, don't see me and come try to climb my tree and get me.
and get you. Oh, you was up in the tree.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
wow.
I was up in a tree.
Kind of rifle.
My shotgun.
Shotgun. Ooh wee. Yeah. You
Yeah.
probably do need a shotgun to put one of them down.
No, rifles too. My shotgun, I can switch out the barrel, so I can shoot like small game and birds and stuff.
Okay.
God damn this dog. And anyone listening, sorry, it's my dog. Just
It's cool. We can ignore
she
that.
she likes to talk, but so that I can.
I guess that's her telling you.
Yeah, let it go.
Yeah, so usually like I said, she's usually just laying here and she'll be quiet. She's up there doing her guard dog thing, but no, it was so my shotgun switches out
Yeah,
so
you
that I
can
can shoot
smoke.
slugs.
Yeah.
So
That's cool,
I'm pretty accurate. I'm like 100 yards.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
I put a new scope on it, and then that was fucking scary.
Yeah.
So like I got dropped off too, right? So we went up this place in Canada. We stayed on an island. And then the island had lodges and stuff, and everything was propane. Like the fridge ran off propane, everything ran off propane. And then we would take a boat to the mainland to go hunt, and we would go out during the day, and we would do like the different bait piles and stuff, and then we'd go home, and then we'd come back, and we'd go out like a few hours before dark. And the first night was kind of scary. The second night, look, I went to the bathroom before because I'm not trying to get caught out in the woods.
Yeah.
Right? Being prepared.
You're right.
And I was reading this article about black bears and how they're smarter than most people give them credit for, and like how they've been known to like set traps and when they're wounded, like double back and ambush hunters and stuff like that. And I'm reading this like right before we're about to get on the boat to go, and I'm like, oh shit! So I got all this in my mind when I get dropped off, and with the spot that I was hunting was like this huge open field, and then there was like a pond at the end because there was a beaver dam there, and I'm walking along the tree line, but like all that kept coming into my mind was Jurassic Park. And the second one of the raptors, and then they're walking through the tall grass, and you can just see the raptors from above. You can just see them like beelining for them.
Right.
So I normally, like when I deer hunt, I'll take my gun in its case all the way out to the tree because I don't need to really have it out unless I'm like maybe I'm gonna creep up on a deer.
Right.
But it's easier to get it up into the tree with me because I can tie a rope to it and then just pull it up. And
Pull it up, right.
whatever. Oh hell no! Gun out, safety off.
Yeah.
The whole walk.
Yeah. Bears
So-
they won't stop until they.
So it was, and black bears will usually run away unless it's a mother with cubs. And there were some reports of mothers with cubs out there. So I'm like, oh, don't want to run into that situation.
Right.
So yeah, climb the tree, just hanging out, whatever, just trying to be quiet. Dude, these friggin' crows or blackbirds, whatever the hell they are, wow. Those things sounded like they were talking. And they're so big when they fly. It's like, it's like I ducked one time when we were walking because I was like, what the fuck is that?
Wow.
And it was a bird, and the dude starts laughing at me. And I'm like, wow, how the hell does that? It's just because their wings are so big. It's,
Big, yeah.
it's crazy. Anyway, so they're just like bouncing from tree to tree, making all this noise and crap. And finally, a bear came through, and I was watching it, and I thought I scared it away. And then it came back, and then it left again, and then it came back, and I was waiting to see. It was big enough to shoot, but I was waiting to see if it had any cubs or anything. Didn't see any cubs or anything, so I took the shot, and it took off running right away. And I was just like, fuck. I mean, I seen the hole,
Right.
and then it took off running. And I was just like, as soon as that, like being quiet, all that went out the door. I was like, holy fuck, I just shot a bear, holy shit. And I sat there talking to myself. I'm drinking water. I'm just talking to myself out loud, like, fuck being quiet now. I just shot a bear. And this was at like, we went out at 4 and it was like 6 o'clock. I was like, damn, now I got to sit here and wait because they're like, if you don't hear the death moan, don't go look for it because it could still be alive. And I didn't hear shit because my heart was like, don't.
Right.
So then, then I had to wait. And I'm like, shit, now I got to wait in this tree for someone else to come get me so we can go look for this thing.
Right.
And because, like I said, I got dropped off. So I'm sitting there, and it's getting close to dark, and I was just like, yeah, blah, 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 just chilling, whatever, really, because I wasn't trying to be quiet or nothing. I was just sitting there watching. I was trying to see if I can find the beaver and take a picture of the beaver or whatever. And here comes another bear. I was like, what?
Wow.
So I got video of that one, but another one came and started eating, and like it sniffed where the one took off and everything, and then it came back and was just eating. It was a littler one, and then but I'm like, it's starting to get dark. I got to get out of this tree, and there's another bear right there. Like I'm not trying to like. Even though I'm pretty sure I was bigger than that bear, I wasn't trying to fight the bear.
No, you know, wrestling with no bear. No.
So now I'm like, I'm going to be stuck up in this tree because this bear's here. What if another bear comes? So then it finally walked up this hill, and like as soon as it went up the hill, I was like out the tree. And I took my knife out, and I was banging it to make noise and stuff to try to scare the bear away. So then I'm walking back towards the road along this wide empty field. I'm like, so I know there's one up the hill, and I know there's one that's pissed off. And I'm going to stand out in the middle of the road for, like, I was there for like, I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour, waiting for the others to come get me. And then everybody came to where I was because everyone heard the shot.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, you guys see anything? No, some asshole shot at 6 o'clock. You know, it was me, scared everybody else's bears away. You know, and that was my second night there. So like, we were there for a week. I was done after the second night.
Wow.
So then we went and found it. And track it. Yeah, that was pretty interesting tracking it because it's like, okay, found this blood, mark where that is. Where's the next blood sign? And then it was like looking under the leaves and like everywhere because you're trying to see where it went to find it. And I mean, it took us a little bit. We were probably out there for half an hour or so before we found it. Wow. And then I had to go out there, clean it, and then we would throw it on the sling, and all of us would carry it out, and then we threw it onto a 4-wheeler and drove it. And then the next day,
probably heavy to carry too.
Yeah. And then it was over 200 pounds. I think it was like 210 pounds. Jeez. And then the next day, I had to learn how to skin a bear and cut it all up. I butchered it all myself and everything.
Wow.
Skinned it, yeah. And then I haven't taken it to the taxidermist yet. It takes about a year, and it costs around like $700. It's been chilling in my freezer. Wow. I gotta go take it still. Wow. It was nuts, dude. It was real nuts.
That is. Wow.
And then my uncle shot a little one, so we started calling him Cubby. That was funny. We were talking about like what we're gonna do, and you know, because everybody but one person got a bear, and this other guy got a monster. It was huge. But we were like, you know, what are we gonna do? Oh, I'm gonna turn into a rug. Well, I think I'm gonna fully mount mine and make a, you know, like, so it's a big bear statue, whatever. And we were like, what are you gonna do with yours? Make a rug, like a bath rug or something, like. We talked a few months ago, and I was like, yeah, you eat that bear meat? And he's like, yeah, I ate my bear meat a while ago. Why, you still got some left? I was like, yeah, I had more than just a sandwich. It was funny, like I was like we were, because he got his bear the same day another guy got a bear. And so they both did their bears at the same time. And the one guy had like a fully grown bear, and it was like all this layers of fat and everything. And the other, like my uncle's bear, was just like nothing. And the guy's like, man, all this fat is horrible. And my uncle's like, oh, that's not pretty bad over here. Like,
right. What should
yeah, it was crazy. It was real crazy. But these people live on this island like year round.
Year round.
Year round. And the lake freezes up, and the wolves come across the lakes. And like the previous winter, they lost like 3 dogs.
Wow.
Like, yeah, it's nuts. It's crazy out in the wilderness in Canada.
We don't have that in Michigan.
Right. No. Well, not down here.
No.
But
it up north, yeah, they do. Yeah. Probably do. Yeah.
But it was cool, and like in Michigan, to go bear hunting, you have to enter a lottery for a license. Where we were, just go to the store, buy your license.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah, you can definitely tell when it's hunting season. I used to work at Dick's Sporting Goods, and people will come in and get their ammo.
Yep.
Get their permits and all that. Yep. To go hunting, fishing and all that. Yep.
Yeah, I just got my fishing license.
Yep. They're coming there. You know when it's hunting season. They come in there.
Look, I'm not trying to get a fine.
Ammo. Yeah,
for fishing. I'm not trying to get a fine. You're an adult. If you're 17 or older and you're fishing and you don't have a license, it's like a few $100 fine.
Yep. They would definitely give you a ticket for it. Yep.
For it. No doubt. So you want to go hunting one day?
I do. Actually, I'm open to that.
It's peaceful.
I want to go deer hunting though.
Yeah,
it takes patience and being real quiet.
Oh man, I'll tell you what. You fall asleep up in a tree.
I don't know. I don't fall asleep.
That's what you think. Because depending on the time of the year, I've been in a tree from before the sun came up till after the sun went down.
Oh no, I don't know how you
been in a tree the whole day.
Is it I mean, are you laying down or are you
No,
just standing?
I got a tree stand. Actually, so I have a climber stand. So there's a couple different kinds. Like there's ones that you can like prop up, and then you got to go up there and like tie it all to the tree and stuff. But then like it's permanent. There's ones that you put up, and then you can take down like the ladder part. Just the stand is up there, so that way like people can't steal it. And then when you show up, you put your climbing stuff up, and that's what lets you get up there.
Okay.
Mine is a climber where you get into it and you sit facing the tree to go up the tree, and you scoot the top part up, scoot the bottom part up, scoot the top part, and you just all the way up the tree to wherever
you want to go.
Right, and then you just sit there, and then when you come down, you just bring it down. I mean, it's got a decently comfortable seat. It still gets cramped just sitting.
Yeah,
so like I'll stand, and stretch and turn the other way and look and stuff. But then when you see that deer, it's like, oh shit.
Right.
Like, don't scare him. Is it a big buck? I could have shot a few deer. I haven't shot one yet. I could have got a few doe, but I was trying to get a buck first. The bear was like that was quite an expensive trip, and it was like, oh, I'm gonna get a bear. if it's big enough, I'm getting it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
But dude, it's peaceful, man. It's
yeah. When you said it was in the freezer, man, I didn't know what to do. I was like, yo.
Oh yeah, it's crazy, man. So it'll be cool when I got a bunch of sausage and stuff, and it'll be cool once I get it turned into a rug. I'm gonna give it to my mom. She wants to hang it on her wall.
Oh wow.
Yep. I've had squirrel and rabbit. My daughter's mad at me now though, because we have a bunny now. So now she don't want me to go rabbit hunting.
Wow. Yeah. Funny thing about it, was that a bunny we saw?
Yeah.
So we're in the midst of looking for houses. We're looking at homes right now.
Where at?
Pretty much in the Dearborn or the Redford area. So
man, a lot of people staying out that way.
We went to this one house, and we looked out the back window and we saw a bunny in the yard. So when we saw the bunny, it literally jumped through the fence. Like it was a fence. No, you're not understanding me. It jumped like the bunny.
Metal.
No. This bunny was nice size. It jumped through the fence like it had powers. That's what we thought. That's how it looked.
It melted through the fence.
Blew our minds. I said, I gotta go outside. I gotta go see this fence. I gotta see if I can go through it too or something.
It's a different.
Because it was so quick. Like the bunny was hopping and just zoom. I'm like, yo, did that bunny just hop through the fence?
Dude, they're crazy.
But come to find out, the fence had a hole in it. But the way it looked from the window, it's like the bunny went right through the wire.
Our bunny, he's a small bunny, but he's gotten a little bit bigger. And we buy him these logs. And when he was little, he used to be able to sit inside the log. Now he's bigger than the log. And the other day, he darted right through that damn thing. Like, he gets to going. Right through it, and it's like, whoa, did you see that? How did he even go through that thing?
Right, yeah,
they can squeeze through some
they
stuff.
can. Yep. Yeah, it's scary.
I
just do dogs.
Rabbit is scary to Regis.
Yeah,
oh man,
what is that? The saying, if you look a rabbit in their eye, something happens, or they can hypnotize you, or something.
What?
Y'all never heard of that?
No.
Was it a rabbit, or is it like? Okay, I'm just gonna. I don't know. Maybe I'm making this up in my head, but I feel like they can hypnotize.
It can hypnotize you.
Something. I don't know what I'm thinking.
Cobras, or I don't know.
No, not a cobra.
That happened in the Jungle
or a
Book.
bunny. I don't know.
A rabbit or
maybe it was a dream I had. I don't know. It must have been a dream. I don't know. It had to be.
Had to be.
Yeah, had to be a dream.
So looking for a house?
Yeah, looking for a house.
How's that been going? Find anything?
It's a process, man.
It's a process.
It is time consuming. It is hard. Because I'm pretty much easy.
Yeah, but there's other people.
There's moving factors.
Yeah,
we're not going to say people. We're going to just say there's other moving factors. I don't want to get in too much trouble,
right.
But there are moving factors, that come into play. So it has to be perfect, the first time. So we want to make sure that we get that together.
There's going to be more than one house, so
that's what I try to explain, but
I know.
But
look, she started getting the itch to move again, and she's like, I want to find my forever house, and then she's like, how about this one? And I was like, but that doesn't have this, it doesn't have that. Like if it's gonna be the forever house,
you gotta make sure it has everything. Yeah.
Or it can get there. I was like, let's just wait.
If you can see the potential, that's all it really needs is the potential and the space. Really,
I want some land. We were looking up north. I want land so I can just get 4-wheelers or snowmobiles, go hunting, whatever.
Do stuff, yeah.
Yeah, be up by. There's
used to
a
have
lake I want to be by.
We had a house. Our family owned a house in Idlewild that we could go escape to. We loved it up there, but they got too old to maintain it, and we wasn't old enough to take
Stuff
it over.
falls apart fast.
Yeah, so we had 3 different houses in a triangle, because Idlewild is nothing but woods. And we had 3 houses in a triangle, basically. It was woods that separated 2 of the houses, and we made a trail. You could walk through the woods to the separate house, and then we had 2 houses next to each other. We had a basketball court in between, a volleyball court. I mean, we had the works. It was fun. We had go-karts, bikes. Oh,
yeah,
man.
I had a go-kart when I was a
big
kid.
fun up there. We had all our family reunions up there.
So that's awesome. Like
Big
that,
fun.
and that's what I wanted to do. Like if I wouldn't have bought, I was looking for property.
Mm-hmm.
And then the boat happened, so then I got the boat. So now I'm not getting property. But that was the original plan. Was I wanted to buy some property so that I could go hunting and stuff. But like we always go camping at this one lake, like every other year or so.
Yeah.
We go to this one lake because it's beautiful. I was like, let's just buy our own property there. My dad's always like, oh, I wish I would have bought some property when I was younger. It'd be paid off by now and all that. So I started looking, and I mean, I've been looking for years, and we've gone and looked at pieces. And there was one that we did put in an offer on, but they didn't want it. I can understand why.
I do want to do that one day. Like I do want to actually bring that back in our family like that. Cause it's about a 3-hour drive to Idlewild. You take what is it? Do you take 96 all the way out? I think it is 96. You take 96 all the way out to 131, which takes you right into Idlewild. I do want to get a big house out and like bring that back.
Yeah, I just wanted to buy the property, the empty property, and then eventually like maybe build a house when I retire or something. You know what I mean? Like have that spot already.
You just buy the house, they pick it up and they drop it.
Oh,
That's the kind of was, and then they just added onto it. They had a pool. Even when they sold it as is. So all the furniture, everything that was in the house, they sold it as is, and somebody bought it quick. They jumped on it quick. It was a beautiful house.
Yeah, no, that's
2-car garage, all of that.
That's like my forever house, and she's like ready to move away from civilization. She's like, I'm so sick of traffic.
It gets a little weird. Have you ever? What's the longest you ever done? Because we used to go up there for weeks at a time, and I used to start getting like, okay, it's time to go home.
Well, that's like my mom.
Boy.
My mom just moved from East Point to St. Helen, which is up by like Houghton and Higgins Lake.
Yeah,
up there. Yeah, and she's like.
Yeah, after a while, it's too
like
quiet.
The first winter, she was like, "This is tough." Well, so she lives by town. Like she has neighbors and stuff. She's not like on a bunch of property way away. She's got a triple lot, but she's still around civilization. But she's like, it's the same people,
right?
Like unless it's the weekend when you have like the people coming up doing the weekend, snowmobiles or 4-wheelers and fishing and stuff like that.
At the same people
it's
every
the
day.
same people, and she's like, the small town gossip is crazy, like it's nuts.
Because everybody know your business.
Yeah, they all know
They
it.
get
One
around.
guy's running around claiming he's dating her, and like she's like, oh, if I see him, it's like it's crazy.
Yeah, because up there, the closest neighbor will probably be from like where we are at your house. Is probably on the other side of.
Yeah.
The other
Look,
side of the
I'm totally fine
it's
with
like
just
way down the road.
living on my own piece of property. Like I don't talk to my neighbors. The only way I talk to my neighbors is if they talk to me. That's
my neighbor
usually
don't let
the
me
only
get out
way.
the house without saying
Because
something
I
to me.
don't care. Like,
Yeah.
I do our stuff and we hang out outside, or now at this house because of the pool, we're mostly in the backyard.
Yep.
But I'm just like, no.
Yeah. My neighbors are crazy, so I keep one of my
They're
neighbors.
crazy.
He's super crazy. If you don't want to talk, he's gonna still talk to you and pull you up.
So we have a pool and they have a pool,
Uh-huh.
and they just totally redid their pool, like totally resurfaced and everything, and they put up extra privacy panels above the normal privacy fence, so it's like double tall.
So you can't even see.
And they did this only in 2 spots. That was a one. Only in 2 spots. Only in 2 spots. The 2 spots happen to be my laundry room window and my kitchen window. Like, but the neighbor next to him can just look down in their yard, and they're worried about us looking to like over their fence, which we can't even see. Like, weird.
Yeah, that was weird.
It's weird. Every year, the dad goes out and he takes white paint. Look, it might even still be there, or it might not because they cut the grass. He takes white paint and he outlines.
Not the property. No, he doesn't.
No, he outlines, I think, where he wants to do flower beds or something. Like he outlines it and never does it. So every year he goes out there and he spray paints it. Like he already did it and they cut the grass, so it might not be there now, but maybe it will be. and he'll outline it multiple times, but he'll like keep cutting it too. It's bizarre, dude. So like it's really weird. So he'll just have like longer grass in these weird shapes.
Wow. I thought you were about to say he goes out there and outline like where his grass stops and where yours starts.
Oh no.
Like really, come on, are
That
you
would be
serious?
funny.
Yeah.
Look, man, I always end up moving and living next to weird people. Like maybe I'm the weird one. I don't know. But it's crazy. Like we at our last house, a guy like a couple houses down, he didn't believe in like traditionally seeding your lawn and like growing grass. So he would go and take people's compost bags and then use that grass and sprinkle it around on his yard, like hoping it was going to seed and grow. Yeah, like dude, it was a dirt yard, like a dirt grassy patchy yard for the whole 3 years we lived in this house, or 5
why
years.
You thought that would work?
Yeah, I don't know either. It was ridiculous. And then he came and talked to me one day, and he was like, he represented like a district like of the neighborhood or whatever.
Yeah.
Like he was part of some kind of Warren City Council or whatever. But like, and he's like coming and handing me stuff about, oh, you know, those new meters they want to put in your house, the smart meters, they don't have to come in your house. Oh, they cause cancer and all this stuff. But I've got a brochure and a video if you want to watch it. And I'm like, oh, I'm cool. Okay. But it was funny. You'd see him walking with a wagon and he'd have compost bags because he went and picked the compost bags from people's houses and he'd be out there spreading it. And it never grew. And I mean, it was horrible. And then the guy
Who
too.
told him that?
And then the guy 2 houses down, when we moved in, he's got the biggest house in the block. This guy like knocked down a house and built this gigantic thing.
Oh wow.
So it was like all these like ranches, almost exactly this style from what you see from the street, and then just this monster
In the middle of the block, probably.
no, in a corner.
Corner of the
It
block.
was in the corner. It was just huge. And then the guy next to me, so in between me and the giant house, he was a recluse. He never came out of his house.
Oh wow.
And like when we moved in, one of the first few days when we were moving in, my son threw a ball and it hit the propane tank on his barbecue and it fell crooked. It was crooked the day we left. When we moved out, like he never fixed it we were there 3 years, I think. It never moved because he never went out. His shingles, like, I don't know how he didn't have like leaks
Water,
everywhere.
yeah.
Maybe he did, I don't know. But like it was just like his shingles were just disintegrating. The way he got out of his house he would just open the garage door with his hand and he'd pull out and he'd go close the garage door and then he'd leave. Like he never mowed his lawn. It got so bad the city started mowing his lawn.
Wow.
Like he just never came out. Like we didn't even know if he'd be dead or nothing. And then one day you'd see his garage door and he'd pull his truck out, get out, close the garage door and take off.
Take off. Wow.
Yeah. It's just like, man, all these weird people. I'm like, it's like it's crazy. And then I got these people over here that are like outlining imaginary things. And,
Right.
you know, and
that's kind of
it's
weird.
nuts. And then the lady next door, she's like always into everybody's business. And
You always got that nosy
nice.
neighbor.
She's a nice enough neighbor. Like
They
the
usually are
husband's
nice.
funny. He's pretty funny. He was making fun of me the first nice day we had like last month. I was cleaning the boat off and stuff. He's like, oh, first nice day, and you can't you're already out on that thing, huh? I'm like, hell yeah.
Right.
But yeah, it's just weird, man. Just the weird neighbors. When I was growing up, I had the guy across the street. He fixed lawnmowers, and he had like a plane in his garage, but it was buried in all this stuff. You just saw like the wings of this plane. Like it was like, what the hell? And he tried to sell it to my dad plenty of times, but he fixed lawnmowers.
Wow.
And it was just the junk guy. Like he just had junk all over his garage door. Couldn't close all the way.
True story. My neighbor right now
Is a hoarder.
My daughter's a hoarder.
No, he's a hoarder. I mean, how many cars do you think an average person should have? How many cars?
How many
driving?
cars?
Yeah.
Like an average person or
Yeah,
family? Just one car.
Just
per
one
person.
individual that doesn't have
one car.
One car,
two.
maybe two. He has 16.
What?
I'm not lying
What?
to you.
Okay.
So-
So let's context. Where do you stay at? What is it like?
So I'm in Detroit.
Okay.
In Detroit, Livernois and Davidson area. So he stays next door, but he also owns a house that's next to him. So he bought the house because he needed more room to put his cars. He's actually fixing up the house and everything. He's going to move into that one, make that his house, because my house has a driveway and the house next to me doesn't have a driveway.
Do you have a garage?
No.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing.
And
a lot of houses down there don't have garages or anything. Like, so where are you keeping 16 cars?
So he parks 1, 2, 3, 4 in front of his house and his other house.
In the street?
Yeah, on the street. It's 2 Camaros,
That's rude.
And then the cars that he has, they're all the same cars.
So what?
He has 3 different Mercedes Benz. No, 4. He has 2 convertibles and 2 hardtop, 2 regulars. He has 3 Camaros. He has 2 different BMWs.
Are these in good shape?
Yeah, most of them.
So what's dude do for money?
I have no clue. We're gonna leave that as you're gonna leave it at that. That's all we're gonna say. I don't know
Probably
what he
smart.
does. Yep, because I don't want to incriminate anybody. So we're gonna just leave it at that. But like, he's a hoarder when it comes to cars. Like, he has like 16.
When you said
I may be under, but he has his driveway has at least 10 cars in his driveway.
So does your block just always look like there's a party going on? That's got to be so annoying, though.
Yeah, it does.
Like, how are you supposed to...
Well, I have a driveway, and I have a long driveway.
Hey, guys, we're going to have people over. You're going to have to park down the street.
It's not that bad, because he doesn't take up, like, the whole street, because he only takes up
You ever get people come over that don't know about this? Like, you have a party, and they come over, and they're like, man, this party looks like it's bumped. Where the hell is everyone?
No, they next door. They next door for sure. Yeah, but yeah, he only parks... No, he actually parks 6 of them on the street, but it's, like, towards his end. I still have my back end to park, but I park in the driveway. So. Yeah. And I got a backyard, so he actually has one of his cars in my backyard. I let him park one of them in my backyard.
Is he paying rent?
No,
missed opportunity there.
So he cuts the grass. He do little stuff.
Okay.
So he kind of earned his share. So he cut the grass, shovel the snow when I'm not there. Wow. So yeah, he keep up his share. So
all right. When you said hoarder, I thought you were gonna say like real hoarder. I've been in those houses.
He's a hoarder too, but his houses are clean. But he buys unnecessary shit. Yeah. So Friday he called me. He said, "Hey man, can you take me to go pick up a refrigerator? I need to go buy a refrigerator." I said, "Cool, we can put it on the truck. Whatever, let's go." So when we get to the place to pick up the refrigerator, he said, "Wait, I'm gonna buy another one." I said, "Well, wait, what you need 2 refrigerators for at one time?" He said, "Well, they're giving me a good deal on it. Let's go ahead and grab up." I said, "Man, I ain't got time to be hauling 2 refrigerators around the city of Detroit.
I signed up for one. This is an extra $25.
We got the one in the truck. He said, "Let's pull around to the front. We're gonna grab this other one." So I'm coming back to the block. Everybody looking at us like, I'm like, yeah, it's him, man. I don't know what he. So we pulled up. He bought both of them, and we tied them down to the truck.
Wow.
We took him back to the house, and I looked at him. I said, "I don't know what you're gonna do with 2." I mean, he bought some nice.
Do you have a pickup truck?
Yeah, I got a pickup truck. Yep.
Yeah. So the curse of having a pickup truck. Everybody thinks you can. Everybody thinks you. Look, when I did the deliveries, I had access to a big box truck, so everyone was like, "Hey, yo, I gotta move. Can you help me move?"
That's the
or like,
first
"Oh,
thing.
I gotta move this. Can you help me move that?"
Even when I got my cargo, see, I have 2 cars that I can help people move. I got the cargo van and the pickup. So people have been calling me and they say, "What you doing today?" I'm like, "Nothing." Mm-hmm. Hey,
my brother,
so
the only time he talks
I need to
me.
move. Yeah, some people only call you when they need to move. Yeah,
my brother. "Oh, hey, what's up, bro? I haven't talked to you in forever, bro. What's going on?" I'm like, "What's up, Ryan?" "Yo, bro, we should hang out sometime." "Yo, I need to I gotta move my toolbox to a different place." Yep. I'm moving into Dad's old house. So you think you can help me? I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that's the curse of my pickup.
Nope,
man.
Too big for my truck bed.
Yep.
I got the small bed.
Sometimes you gotta say no, cause like
Oh yeah.
People they want to move too much. I'm like, I don't really want to put the wear and tear on my truck. Mm-hmm. They be like, "Well, that's brand new." I'm like, that ain't the point. I don't want to put the wear and tear on my motor.
Oh man.
Yep.
Be wearing and tearing on that one now. Try not to go over my miles.
See, and I'm already halfway at my miles. I only have my truck 4 months.
Ooh, yeah. That's where I was with my last one.
Yeah, I'm halfway there.
I'm like a little bit over, but I can turn it in early. So if I turn it in early,
I think I'm
still under.
I'm gonna have to go ahead and keep it. I'm just gonna have to go ahead and buy it.
Damn.
Because I'm definitely be over my mileage. I only get 10 a year, and I'm already at 5,000.
I'm already at the first. Super bad.
It's 4 months. I got 6 more months and the summer to go through.
Oh yeah.
The summer's when you're doing all the driving.
That's bad. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely be putting miles on it this year, driving to different lakes.
Hopefully, I don't put that many miles on it because I'm about to start traveling for work. So, hopefully, it'll be able to sit for those weeks and just sit. So
I tried to do a carpool, and they wanted to take my parking spot. So
oh wow!
You have to use your parking spot at least 3 times a week
for you to keep it. Yeah. Yep. So I'm about to be traveling back and forth to Arizona.
That's cool. It's cool.
For all this killer mess, that stuff is blowing up.
So what else is going on besides the mobile car wash? You do anything else? What else are Regis into? You're talking about rapping a minute ago.
No. Let's not do that. No, I'm not gonna do that on the mic. I'm not gonna embarrass myself for that. But
Man, I should have had it
I
recorded.
think I want to start getting into doing either photography or creating videos, because I do create videos for my mobile watch, and I'm kind of starting to like that. I'm using Final Cut right now, but everybody's trying to tell me to go to Adobe.
So if you want one that's it's free.
What is it called?
It's called DaVinci Resolve. It's like the best free one.
Okay. See, I got Final Cut. I paid $500.
Oh, so if you paid already,
I've
and you
already
have
paid
it.
for one,
Yeah. I mean, I used Adobe quite a bit because the work laptop they gave it to me, but I was having problems with that one because of the security measures. You know, it's hard to like get files onto it to work.
Right.
Because it won't let me put like a USB or something like that. It'll be like, oh, it's locked and all that crap.
Yeah.
So I started, I was looking for one for my personal computer. So that way I wasn't like restricted by those things. Because we did a project for work and it was a nightmare. Like we had to upload everything to a Dropbox and then download it down.
Yeah, that's too
And then
much.
it was like, because it was all Wi-Fi and all this, like it was just, dude. It was
It distorts the image and all that.
yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
So, I was actually I came across it in a news article. They're like basically a pro level editing suite for free.
For free,
Yeah. So I mean, like they limit some of the effects that you have access to. Like some of them you can see what they do, but you can't use them.
Right.
And then other ones it gives you free. Like we did the green screen. Did you see the video with the leprechaun and everything? When we did the leprechaun, that was we shot all that in my basement right down here. Yeah.
What, the leprechaun?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Where was it? Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that was using that program, just doing all the
wow.
all the green screen stuff. That was using that program.
Okay.
So
I'll make sure I get that from you before I go. Get that name, write it down. But I do want to start cooking.
you want to start cooking?
Yeah. I cook a lot, and I put it on Instagram a lot. I cook a lot, and I put it on Instagram, and people have been asking, like, you should probably start cooking, but I want to make sure that my Ray's mobile wash is 100% operational without me having to be so involved, because I don't want to be a jack of all trades and a
when do you
master
see
of
yourself
none.
getting to that point, though?
I don't know.
Because you have to find people that you trust to be able to do a good job.
And
right?
I think that's going to be the hardest part. Finding people that I can trust, because my thing is, let's say somebody calls and they say, I just want to outside wash, $25. But when you get there, now I want the inside. I got to be able to trust that person and say, hey, they upgraded it. We didn't pocket this money, because I won't be able to measure my material. I won't be able to measure how much gas you use or how much much solution you use.
This bottle had this line.
This bottle had this line. You left with this. Why did you use interior
You like the dad mark in your
detail?
liquor bottles?
Yeah, it's like, why is this, So, it's really with just trusting somebody, and just allowing somebody to actually work the street without me having to be out there.
That's what my dad has a problem with. He's self-employed. He does home remodeling and repair. Yeah. And we were just talking about this last night when we were bowling, but he's like, I want to be able to work less. Yeah. But I can't find anyone that does it as good as I do, or does it to the standard that I want, that my business is based on. He's been referral based for close to 30 years now. Yeah. Like, he doesn't advertise. The only advertisement he has is a magnet on the side of his van. Yeah. Like, that's it.
And that's because a lot of people, you do good, we do amazing work. And I feel like now that my company has a face to it, if I don't show up, they're like, okay, who is these two people?
Where's Ray at?
Where's Ray? Like, why is he not here? Like, that's
those old ladies are like, where's Regis?
See, I wanted to get to a point. I wanted to get to a point to where I get a team that's good enough, that's good, that's awesome at it, but if they really want me to come, they gotta pay extra. So like, be like a celebrity detailer almost. Okay. Like,
you ever do any bikini car washes or swim trunk car washes?
I want to do a bikini pop up car wash. I do want to do a bikini pop up car wash.
The looks,
but I got moving factors. I'm gonna keep going to that word. The moving factors that come in play with that. So that's something I do want to do, because I know that'll drive a lot of business. That'll drive a lot of men to the business. Because of all my...
Well, not even that. I was talking about for the ladies. You said it's mostly women is your business.
Well, you know what? That might be right. You might be on to something. You might be right. Yeah. But I do want to do that. I do want to do a bikini washer, but yeah, that's
Those are the parties that we used to do. That Shimmerman, that's what they would do. They would hold this gigantic bikini car wash. We had a stage set up. We'd have different bands. I would DJ in between the different acts and stuff. And then we'd have they'd get a modeling company would come in, and they would clean, like be the ones doing the washing and stuff. Literally, like Mount Clemens would bring their fire trucks in. They get washed. Like it was a big deal. Barbecue, everything.
So I am planning a pop-up car wash this summer. I kind of like branched out last year and I did a couple, but I got a couple more ideas. I want to have like a DJ there, food, raffles, different things for people to do, because I found out when I did one of my pop-up car washes, people were waiting around and they didn't have nothing to do. So you got to get them something to do while they're there. So I have a DJ, have some music, some food, maybe some drinks.
Like grilling?
Huh? Yep, grilling. Yep. Have a couple things going on so people got something to do and they can congregate with each other and they can, chop it up and they can wait while their car's getting detailed. And I think it'd be a good exposure for the business. So I definitely want to do that this summer. I'm gonna have a big old pop-up car wash. I gotta get a location, get the permit. I'm gonna do everything the right way too.
Right.
Get the permits for it and all that. So it's gonna be hopefully a big event. I'm gonna hopefully do it. I want to say for the 4th.
Is there any kind of licensing you have to go through for what you're doing right now?
Just to be licensed with the state. And then I don't think for mobile washing you don't need any license, because most of the time when I'm doing work, I'm doing it on a private property anyway. So
so it's not like you're operating a commercial space.
If somebody complained and I'm on their private property, so if I'm at a business and they complain about it, they can tell me to leave, and I do have to leave, but there's no licensing that you can get to, like, do work if you're at a company and you're on their parking lot. If they want you to leave, you have to leave.
All right.
Yep.
Dang.
Yep, because I did one I did a car at Beaumont Hospital, and the security guard, he waited until I was completely done. I was like, I don't even know why you walked over here. It's not going to faze me now. You see that I'm done. He was like, you can't detail cars on this lot. I was like, okay, I'm done. Have a nice day. So he like sat there and he was like sitting there watching me unpack. I said, hey man, I don't need no chaperone. You can go on watch your business. I'm packing up for the day. I'm gone. I'm good. He was like, okay, well who did you? And he was just, he had that rent-a-cop attitude.
Yeah.
Well, who got their car detail? I'm like, that's my client's information. Is private. I can't give that to you. I'm reeling up everything. I was like, but you can have a nice day. I don't need you to stand over me. I'm gonna pack up and I'm gonna get out your hair. I'm already done.
You should have been like, you need your car detailed.
I ain't want to do his car. I ain't want to do his car. No.
You watch Game of Thrones at all?
No, I've not watched it at all, and everybody is going so crazy about Game of Thrones.
Oh man, have you seen the wood burning stuff I've been doing lately?
No.
Oh,
I didn't
look at this shit.
I haven't seen any of them.
This one's bad. I'm real proud of this one. I kept staring at it. We're selling it.
Okay, so what are those? I don't know what they mean.
So like that's just a design. I just did a design.
Oh, you drew it?
I burned it into the wood.
How do you even?
Yeah, that's what that thing is. The little thing there, it looked like a little weird tattoo gun. So I did I did this samurai one.
Wow, that's amazing.
And then I did Game of Thrones ones. That's why I was asking. So like, is it gonna be bigger that way, like that?
Wow.
I sold that one yesterday.
So you could do it on my logo.
Yeah, I did one for Teak Tequila. Don Ferguson's tequila.
Yeah. Yep. Don. Yep.
Yeah. So his that hummingbird.
Oh, no, you did that. Wow.
I burned that into one of these. It's a little like wood coaster. So I burned his design into it.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that. I want one. I want one made.
I do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I want one made.
I'm always doing goofy crap, man.
Yeah, I want one of those made. Yeah.
But I have extra. I'll show you afterwards. But I got extra wood over there. But then, you use this and it literally burns into the wood.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then it's so like to get different shades, like you just change the temperature or how long you're holding it down. So the higher the temperature, it'll be a darker line.
So you can almost tattoo.
Yeah, it's like tattooing wood. It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's pretty neat. That's what someone else was saying too. They were like, "Oh, you should do tattoos."
Yeah, you can almost do tattoos. People pay top dollar for tattoos.
Well, it was crazy yesterday when we went to Davisburg.
Mm-hmm.
So Megan, that's like most of what's going on over here. Mm-hmm. And she does crafts, like you see the bags that she's got up there, and then like the Christmas stuff that's up there. Those are things that she's made. She does
Christmas
earrings.
And
she does
Christmas and what month we in? Christmas and
well, that's that stuff from last season.
I know, I'm just teasing.
But then she does like earrings and stuff like that. And so there's this big craft show up in Davisburg and up like Mount Holly area. And we went there yesterday, and I took all my wood burnings and stuff too.
Okay.
And then so we were up there, and I sold too. She makes people out of pots, out of clay pots. And then she makes faces too, like Grinch ones and stuff. I was like, you gotta call them potheads. Like you have to call them potheads. But so she sold a couple of those.
Oh wow.
Some earrings and stuff, and so she's always doing crap too. So you know, you like a T-shirt made or a bag or something like that.
Okay, she do T-shirts. Okay,
yeah. She prints out the vinyl. That's what that thing is.
Okay,
vinyl machine.
Okay.
Yep. You always
learn something new every day.
Doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. What about hats?
She did this one.
Yep. We're just talking about that in the car. I want a hat made.
Yeah, she did that one. So I mean, it's just the printing the vinyl and then it irons on.
Okay.
So that was one she made for me. It's a little crooked, but I gave her that feedback. My dad was like, "Oh, Megan made that." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, it's a little crooked." I was like, "Yeah, I told her." He was like, "You told her?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, giving her that, you know, make sure.
All right.
But damn, dude. Well, that was already close to an hour and a half.
What?
Yeah, it's an hour and 20 minutes.
Wow, we've been talking for a minute. Wow.
Yeah,
that's
goes
easy.
fast, right?
Yeah, it does.
You gotta come over for one of the
music talks,
music
man. You know, I could talk all day about music.
I got Mike and Chris coming over in a couple weeks to talk video games.
We might have to add the music to that.
And then Delano, I haven't had a Delano and Mike part 2
See,
yet.
that's the one I should have been at. That Delano, me and
funny.
Delano don't never get along when it comes to music.
It was funny. Because look, everyone's so strong opinions on stuff. It was hilarious.
He says some off the wall stuff sometimes. Like I don't know what he has against Drake, but
look, have you listened to that episode? Because that's what it turned into, an argument between him and Mike about what's Drake, a classic artist versus a classic album.
Yes.
And is Drake a classic artist, or did he just drop a classic album? Yeah, it was an interesting conversation. It was funny though. Goodness. It was funny, man. It was plenty.
Yeah, I gotta sit in on that next.
Plenty of fun moments. What do you have? Anything to plug? Anything that? So, what's your website? Where can people get a hold of you? So, also to clarify, this is the Metro Detroit area.
Yes,
Detroit, Michigan. Because I've had some people. I've had some downloads in China. I've had some downloads in India.
I mean, we'll come anywhere. It's gonna cost.
It's gonna cost.
That's all it is. It's gonna cost.
You want to fly me out?
Hey, it's gonna cost. Room and board. I mean, flight and room paid for. So, but just Ray's Mobile Wash. I could be reached at 248-497-0132. I don't have a website. I found that wasn't really.
You do the Facebook though,
yeah,
right?
I do Facebook. So you can just type in Ray's Mobile Wash on Facebook, or on Instagram you can just type in Ray's Mobile Wash, and then it'll pop up. It'll show all my work. I always show my before and afters. I have videos that I create.
Yep, I see
showcasing my work.
Yeah.
So I'm always posting on there. And that's what I learned, that you got to continually to post, even if you're not really working or not in a season. Still got to continuously post.
You got to keep having that
everybody.
presence.
Yep, and keep everybody engaged. So, I'm always posting on Facebook and Instagram. So just Ray's Mobile Wash.
How have you found that? When I was younger, it would have been like flyers and stuff like that. Like when my dad started getting going, it was flyers, and he would pay me $20 for every job he got because of a flyer that I passed out.
Yep.
Now with it being digital and stuff, like I never had an Instagram, I never had a Twitter, I never had any of that stuff until this show, and it's all in the show's name, and I try to keep it strictly the show stuff. Like I don't go posting like, look at what my kid just ate.
Yeah.
You know, like,
and that's what a lot of people struggle with when it comes to these business pages on like social media. Like they try to post too much of their personal life. Like my business page is just strictly business. Like I do post a picture of me, but that's just to remind them of who I am sometimes in my face. So when they see me, they know, oh, you the guy from Ray's Mobile Wash. So I do try to keep my business page business as much as possible. But you know, with Instagram and Facebook, they have the boosting the posts. So where like you pay a certain amount.
Have you done that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I do it. I do it at least once a month. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yep. I see a return on it because it's not that expensive. You spend like maybe $15 a month, and it reaches over thousands of people. So
I've thought about that because I know, like, Facebook will be like, oh, boost this post for $12 and it's guaranteed to reach this many people.
When you do it on
Facebook
or
will do it
Instagram,
too.
you can pick how much you want to spend. If you only want to spend $1 a day, it'll boost it for just $1 a day. But usually when I do it, I reach anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 people.
So you find that to be pretty helpful, huh?
Because to me, as long as somebody saw it, even if they didn't call me, maybe they
Right.
screenshot it for future reference. It's going to return eventually. So
Right.
I just want it to be seen. Like every time you get on Facebook, you see Ray's Mobile Wash. So maybe one day you skip past it, and then you see it the next day. Like, okay, why do I keep seeing this brand pop up? Let me see what they're about. So
Right.
I do try to do at least once a month, because this year I'm in a season where I'm trying to like scale back on all the costs and trying to be zero cost efficient, basically be real low budget this year and see how much I can actually profit and how much I can know where I can cut costs at. So I do try to do it every once in a while, but I do see a return on it.
Okay, yeah, because I've thought about that. I mean, at this point, this isn't a for-profit anything. There's no advertisement.
It will come. Sponsors will come.
You know,
man.
like
you know that.
It's well, and even then, like I can choose to activate like a sponsorship program through like the site that hosts my podcast.
Yep.
YouTube will do it, like stuff like that. But I want to make sure that before I go down that path, that I have enough of a listener base.
Yeah.
So like I have 12 episodes. I'm over 320 downloads. So that's not even like including all streams that have happened. Which I feel is I'm pretty happy with that. You know, like 100 was like, oh, I hit 100. You know, so now I'm hitting 300, which was cool. But I still want to make sure like I have a consistent like fan following. You know, trying to talk to people. Like that's the harder part for me for doing this is getting people to actually show up, or working out a schedule. Like I've talked to plenty of people. They're like, oh, I would love to do it, and then it's like, okay, how's this day? No answer. How's this day? Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Let's look at that. You know, last weekend it fell through. Like things come up though. That was like more of a family. Well, at least that's what you get. It was a family situation, right?
Yeah.
But like it's hard to get the people actually to commit. So that's one of the harder things, and that's what I'm doing. Like so this month I'm not going to post any episodes. It's the break between season 1 and season 2. So I'm going to go back to posting again at the beginning of June.
Okay.
But every weekend this month I have recordings, so that way I'll roll into June
and you can just keep rolling them out.
And that was what I did when I started. So I started originally recording back in December for the January launch. So I had 3 episodes already done before I launched it, and then I launch every other week, so that way I'm not like burning myself out trying to put one out, trying to get one scheduled, so that way at least if like one doesn't show up,
I
still have one that I can release when I'm supposed to release it. I did release 2 on one day a couple weeks ago, which I normally don't do, but they were both time sensitive kind of things, so I was trying to help create that buzz. One was a buddy of mine. He is the coordinator for Cinetopia Film Festival, which is taking place in Detroit. Like I think it's going on right now, or it's wrapping up right around now. So it was to help try to build that buzz before it was coming out, and the other one was for Teak Tequila, just because they were up for the Best of Detroit and all that stuff. You know, so like that was I was trying to help push both of those things and get a little more awareness too. So I released both those episodes because it would kind of suck to be like release a Cinetopia Film Festival one after the film festival already happened, right?
Right.
So,
yeah.
You know, so try to keep the time in there.
Yeah.
But it's been pretty interesting. It was fun having you on.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me. Yeah,
it was a fun time, right? Some good laughs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The bear is not going to come out of the freezer and get you.
Yeah, as long as he stay in there, we good. That's all I know.
Funny. That was real fun.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. Said,
that was the best laugh. Oh my god. But all right, we're gonna wrap it up. For the get up here again, Regis Ray, thank you.
Sure.
Ray's Mobile Wash. What's the official name?
Ray's Mobile Wash. Yep,
right.
just Ray's Mobile Wash.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool. You got all the information. I'll put all the links in the site. In the site too. But again, thanks for listening to the Get Up. Thanks for listening to the Get Up. Make sure to check out thegetupshow.com for more information on this episode's guests. While you're there, check out other episodes, leave a comment, or if you'd like to be a guest on a future episode, shoot an email to contact@thegetupshow.com. Don't forget to follow, like, and share on Facebook at The Get Up Show Podcast. Follow on Instagram and Twitter at The Get Up Show, and subscribe to The Get Up YouTube channel. The Get Up is available on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, Google Play Music, YouTube, and anywhere you listen to your favorite podcasts.